Hi everyone, welcome back to Lua Cooks. If you're new here, you're very welcome. Today I'm making sweet and crunchy caramel popcorn. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more recipes like this. Let's get into it. I started with some dry corn kernels, nothing fancy. I poured them into a clean dry pot and added just enough oil to lightly coat the bottom. You don't need too much oil, just enough to help the kernels prop properly. Then I added a pinch of salt to give it that subtle savory touch underneath the sweetness. I covered the pot and placed it on medium heat. It's important not to use high heat because it can burn the kernels even before they begin to pop. After a few minutes, I started hearing the first pops, and that's always a good sign. At this point, I gently shook the pot a few times just to keep things moving and make sure that the heat spreads evenly. The popping got faster and louder, and when it started slowing down, with a few seconds between each pop, I turned off the heat immediately. If you wait too long, the bottom might burn. I removed the lid carefully and poured the hot, fresh popcorn into a large bowl. It smells amazing already. Now let's make the caramel. I started by pouring some sugar into a clean, dry pan, no water added. I kept the heat low and allowed it to melt gradually. At first, nothing seemed to happen, but after a while, the edges started turning liquid. I gently tilted the pan to help the rest of the sugar melt evenly. You have to be very patient with this step. It takes a few minutes. Initially, you might get some lumps, but eventually the entire pan will melt and it will turn into a thick golden syrup. Once it was fully melted and smooth, I added a spoonful of margarine and stirred it in slowly. You will notice it bubbling a bit when the margarine goes in. That's very normal. I kept stirring until everything blended into a glossy caramel sauce. Instead of pouring the caramel over the popcorn, I did the opposite. I poured the popcorn directly into the hot caramel. That way, I had more control while mixing. I worked quickly with a spatula, turning and folding the popcorn into the caramel to coat every single piece. It is important to move fast because the caramel sets quickly. I made sure to scrape the bottom of the pan as I mixed so nothing stuck or burnt. Once it was all coated and evenly mixed, I turned off the heat and let it rest. After letting it cool for a few minutes, the caramel hardened and the popcorn turned perfectly crunchy. Each bite was sweet, crispy, and just the right amount of sticky. And that's it. Homemade caramel popcorn with just a few ingredients. It is simple, delicious, and seriously addictive. Once again, please do not forget to get subscribed and join this family. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.